Senate Presidency. Southeast Senator sends strong message to Tinubu on Senate Presidency. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. The Southeast caucus and the Senate says Bola Tinubu, President-elect, must ensure that each geopolitical zone produces the next president of the Red Chamber. Recently, Abdullahi Ganduje, outgoing governor of Kano, said Godswill Akpabio, a former minister, would be the next Senate president. Also, David Umahi, governor of Benue, dropped his Senate president bid in favor of Akpabio. In a communique issued on Sunday after a meeting in Abuja, the senator said some unnamed people with selfish interests close to Tinubu have vowed to shut out the Southeast. We have observed with dismay the antics of persons with vested selfish interests who have planted themselves around the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and have vowed to shut out the Southeast from the Senate presidency of the 10th Senate, the communique reads. We implore the president-elect to be sensitive to the times in Nigeria and ensure the country continues to thrive on the path of equity, unity, and fairness to the tripod of Nigeria, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, and the geopolitical zones. The country is already divided amongst ethnic and religious lines due to the exclusion of the Southeast region, which formed the major reason the All Progressive Congress received the number of votes from the Southeast. The incoming administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu must correct this anomaly by ensuring that the Southeast is given the opportunity to produce the next Senate president. The senator said Tinubu must drop the winner-takes-it-all approach and ensure inclusivity. The Southeast has been denied the chance of producing the president of Nigeria since 1966. The South has produced a president for 6 years and also had a deputy Senate president in the outgoing administration, the communique added. The only zone in the South that has not been favored is the Southeast. The outcry of marginalization by the Southeast and the entire Igbo should be addressed by your incoming administration rather than aggravating it. Well, it reached to send this communique because, first of all, there's an article that says Tinubu is backing the former governor of, is it the former or sitting governor of Akwa Ibom, Godswill Akpabio, against Senator Ojo Okalu. That they are coming, and then in that particular news article, I think some parts of, I don't know which group came out and was telling Tinubu that no, I think about how many senators, okay, so still senators that came out and was saying no, that they're backing Ojo Okalu, instead of Akpabio. And this is me telling Tinubu this is a time where he will need to be very careful. I've said it before, he needs to be very careful of who he picks to work with. It is these people that he picks to work with that he will actually make or mar his administration, that will ensure the success or the failure of his administration. This period, he should make sure he does not bring sentiment. He should choose people wherever they are coming from. Make sure those people are actually, number one, they are competent, they are capable, and they are credible. Very, very important. If he is not careful this period, if he picks people that front themselves or lobby for the position, he will end up picking those who are not competent, and we are only going to have a continuation of this particular administration. So in picking people who he's going to work with, he should be very, very careful. And also, I've said it before, he should not come in with this thing of they did not give me votes during the last election, or they have not been supportive, or people are always complaining rather of the southeastern region. Rather, I've said it before, he can actually carry every one of them along. It is when he carries every one of them along that when they come out, that when he carries all of them along, they will now warm up to him. Let's say for instance you have a what's it called? You have children, you're a father in the family, and your children, especially maybe one or two of them, they're always giving you headache, and then they give you issue pass. It does not mean you're not going to pay their school fees. It does not mean you're not going to provide for them anymore. You're not going to, feed them or clothe them or do your no responsibilities. No. In fact, it is when you start showing that child enough attention, enough care, because it is either the child is misbehaving because, oh, maybe not to give him attention, or there's something that is wrong, that the child will start warming up to you. That the child will now start, now you go come here, oh, it is because you did this the other day, you did this the other day. I feel like, you don't love me enough. I'm just using this as a scenario. So, I feel that Tinubu, he should make sure he picks it with competence, and he should also make sure he picks with inclusivity. Those two things, very, very important. It is not, overrated. We cannot allow anybody to tell and say inclusivity is overrated. I've said it before, it is going to make or mar his administration. People he picks will make or mar. So he should be very careful not to end up picking people who lobby for the position. And again, the Southeast region has been the region who they have always been in the news for agitating and whatever, and they're always feeling sidelined. I think it is better he comes in and shows them the opposite of what they've been feeling. They've been complaining for a very long time that, the Southeastern region have not been carried along. He should come in and do the opposite, to carry them along, whether it is in allocation of funds, allocation of appointments, allocation of resources, allocation of whatever. He should make sure he carries them along. It will make them warm up to him. In fact, now there are people, if they warm up to him, if he shows them, he carries them along, I can assure you that if he if he does that and they warm up, even if you get people who remain, will be saying and if you say no, this man do well, or they do well, they'll get people who will come say, you want to make this man kill himself for now. Nobody say this man do this, or nobody say this. So it is this particular period of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's as in they come in, he needs to be very, very extra careful. Okay, so he reached to implore him. I just wish Tinubu would, take it, take this particular period very seriously. And like I said, this particular period will make or mar his administration. If he does not handle it well, it will make or mar his administration. And among the two, Senator Jizokalo, his people do not want the Senate presidency. Why? Because they're like, during the presidential election campaigns and all of that, he came out and he attacked. He did not just keep quiet. He attacked, the presidency of P2B. His presidential ambition, rather, not presidency. So, these people are saying, the same way when you talk, say P2B never build bridges, say, make him build bridges around. Now, the same way now, way they came out, if you see the article, you could don't laugh tire. The reaction that trade the article were, a lot of people are like, no, we never build finish. So when our concrete don't dry, when we don't gather the stone and sand finish, when we don't start with the build, we go let you know. But now, Ojizo Kalu is not, He's not ready for that position. That is what they said, though. Now, what people say. So, make Tinubu just be very careful, so that at the end of the day, he's not going to end up with being, partial. I'm not carrying each of them along. Okay, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.